Give me a thumbs up if you had a nice lunch today. Very good. Face this way, please. We have been talking last week about stars and about, what was that really big word that we use when stars are in a pattern? Romeo. What? Alex.
Scattered.
The stars are scattered throughout the sky, but some stars we found are in a pattern. What was that word, Lily?
Constellation.
Constellations. So before we start today's lesson, we're going to read this book. It's titled Stars. Look at the cover of the book. Do you see all the stars?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do the stars look like they're in a straight line?
No.
No. Emery. They don't look like they're in a straight line. They look like they're what?
Scattered.
Scattered across the sky. But sometimes, like Lily said, we have constellations. And those are groups of stars that form a picture. Chris. Form a picture. So we're going to read this book, and then we're going to make our own constellations like we did before. Yeah. Stars. At night, you can see stars. Tatiana. There are so many stars, you cannot count them. Stars look little because they are so far away. Chris. Stars are really giant balls of very hot gas. They glow because they are so hot. The book's going to come to you. You can stay in your spot. The color of a star tells you which stars are the hottest. How or what color stars do you see here? How hot are they? You look over here, you see your chart, and if you look at the stars, that'll tell you. So, green is the hottest, and blue is pretty hot too. Sometimes you can see stars in a group. These groups are called clusters. Sit back in your spot. Sit down. You stay where you're supposed to be. That's not what I'm worried about. This is a cluster of stars. It's called the Seven Sisters. Do you see how they have all the stars? And then they drew around them? The Seven Sisters. Tatiana.
Did you forget all the content?
Some stars seem to make a picture in the sky. A picture in the sky with the stars would be the constellations. Long ago, people named these pictures. This is the Big Dipper.
Dipper.
Dipper, like maybe a ladle or a spoon you dip into a big pot. Some star pictures look like people. This is called the hunter. There are 3 stars on his belt. There are bright stars on the hunter's knee and his sword. This is a bright star on his shoulder. So if you look, you see the 3 stars on his belt, on his knees, on his shoulder, and on his arm. Go ahead, come back. Find the brightest star. in this photo. It is the part of a star picture named the Big Dog. The bright star is called the Dog Star. I see it.
Where?
It's right here. It's kind of close to his ear. Everyone sit back in their spots. Sit back in your spots.
Found it.
We see this yellow star during the day. We call it the what?
Sun.
The sun. We see this yellow star during the day. We call it the sun. Very nice job. If you want, this book's going to be out. You guys can look at it later and look for the little star. It's right here close to his ear. And I'm going to put it right up here so you guys can look at it later. Right now what I want everyone to do is stand up. And I want you to just move your spot or move your body to where you sit normally on the carpet facing the projector.
I knew you were going to say that.
Tori, we're watching. Well, then you could write that. Please sit in your correct spots. Ethan. So today we're going to be making constellations. Raise your hand and tell me what a constellation is. Stevie.
It makes pictures with stars in it.
Yeah, the pictures that are made from stars. And Marie, sit up please. And Marie, the group of stars. What does that group of stars do? It makes a picture. So I made one already because I've been thinking about this for a few days now. But what could we make? What are some things that we could make, Kylie? A cat fly? I don't know what that is. Okay. Ellie. An angel. Tatiana.
A flower.
You can make a flower. Tori.
You can put dots and then make a perfect name and then put it over.
Okay. Alex.
You can draw
You can draw a star. You can make a star with a constellation. Stevie. A butterfly. Emery. A human cat. Okay. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make something and I want you to watch as I draw it. As I'm drawing it, I want you to be thinking about what maybe it could be.
Heart. A heart. It's a heart.
What does that look like?
A heart.
A heart. Now see how I drew this and then I can draw my lines to connect it. And then what does that make?
A heart.
A heart. Now, I have a bunch of little dots that make a heart, but what else do I need on my picture? Ellie.
You can make a little bit more hearts in the middle.
I could do that, yeah. Justin.
You can make a letter.
I can make a letter. Tatiana.
You can draw little stars around. Little dots around. Draw a small heart.
You were on the right track. You said I could draw what around it?
Dot.
I could draw dots or I could draw what?
A small. A small.
What do we see when we look up in the sky? We
Stars.
see the constellations, but what do we see around it?
Stars.
Stars. So I need to draw my other stars around my heart constellation. So I'm going to draw lots of stars. I can use different colors. Drawing my stars. Now think, I don't want you to tell me right now, just think about what maybe I could call this. What would I name this if I was naming my constellation? Say it in your brain.
The human
Say it in your brain.
The human heart.
Say it in your brain, please. Ellie. What would I title this? What would I call it?
The big star is like the heart of the star.
Okay. Alex.
The heart star.
The heart star. I like that one. Kylie. The big star. Stevie. Okay. No. Jessica.
The big heart.
The big star.
The big heart.
The big heart. Ooh, I like that. I think I'll use that one. I'm gonna title it D. Big heart. So what I want you to do when we go back to our desk is to make your own constellation. Yes, again. Because, sit down properly. I want you to make your own constellation. I want you to draw it and then trace the dots or the stars that you use to draw it. Draw stars around it because we know that stars are scattered throughout the sky. And then I want you to name it. I want you to give me a good name. But before we go, you all have questions about this assignment? Am I? Try. Kylie. Okay. Jessica. You don't have what? No one does. They're right here. That's okay. You can make one today. Stevie. Well, we'll deal with that problem if we get to it. Alright, so I want everyone to first, I haven't asked you to move anywhere. Sit back down. What I was going to say was I want you to think about what you could talk about or what your star could be about. Turn to the person next to you and talk about it. Emery, Chris, and Stevie can be in a group. Talk about what you are going to talk about what you are going to draw and what you're going to call it. What are you guys going to draw? Monster? A big one.
You already drawn it.
What are you going to do?
I'm not done yet, but I need to do a star. Me too. I'm going to draw a heart. This heart's inside my mouth. I got it.
What are you going to do?
Maybe at the shiny one. Should we draw the big day? The rock star is big, right?
What are you going to do?
I want to draw Ultron. I draw a heart. This time you can.
Lily, what are you going to do?
Big smiley. Okay,
What are you going to do?
we're copying off each other. And then one.
Come up with your own idea. Star constellation.
And so is mine.
What are you going to do?
The popcorn. That's what I think. The popcorn. You can go like this. You can put little dots in it. No, you can't do that.
Very Pause and give me 4. It means your body's frozen, your mouth is frozen. You have 4 fingers in the air. Turn back this way. Tori. When we go back to our desks, you will see chalk in the middle of your desk. That is for everyone at your team to use. So you need to share it. Take turns and make sure you're sharing with the people on your team. I need my paper passer. Who is that?
Me.
Alright. Put 1 on each person's desk. You will also have a black piece of construction paper. That is what you're going to use to make your star constellation. Just like I did. I drew my dots and then I traced it. And then I drew different stars and then I named my constellation. You may walk back to your desk. Make sure you put your name on it. Make sure you put your name on it. Excuse me, pause and give me 3. Pause and give me 3. We're at a level 0 to 1. If we get too loud, we will be at a level 0. Start writing. Thank you, Justin. You're getting a great start. Thank you for getting started right away. Do you have one?
Wait, no. Oh, wait, no.
Make sure you draw your dots first, and then you
Look,
trace
he
them
did
to make a
start.
constellation.
Look at Alex.
Thank you, Alex. Lily, good job.
I taught him how to do it.
Alright, you need to be drawing your stars and making a constellation out of them.
Dot and then go on. I will make a have a blue.
Can you draw some dots and make a constellation?
I got a blue. You can use our blue.
Draw your dots and make a constellation.
Look my finger.
Draw.
Look my finger.
Yeah, make sure your dots and trace them.
Look at it. The big one. I will. My fingers are blue. My fingers are pink. My fingers are orange. Look at my fingers pink. Okay. Look at my fingers are pink. I wasn't here.
Good job, Ellie.
Make it a guys can yeah, me too. Sure. No, I messed up my mommy's paper. Yes, you do. And Kamari. Oh my gosh, I like that color. That was at the back. Oh, I want to do looks
Okay, now
again.
you need to draw your stars around it.
Oh, I found one. This is She's drawing me and her. Passing it out. You have to make dots. He did. He did. I saw him do it.
What are you naming? That's what I need to find if I have.
That's what I need. Got one of the things in it. And so I can really always gonna be called the wild star. I do. This is another way. Lori, yeah. Lori. I don't know. I don't want it. That was so pretty. Without the T, it would go F. No, I put it. I'm making the first one. Wait, some stars hearts, little hearts out, and some inside my heart. I can make the guitar. The little stars. What do you write star? Look at this pretty. I'm not. We're laughing about something. We're laughing about my nose.
You need to think of names for yours.
Have you heard of this? I'm
Are you gonna name yours?
What is it?
What is it? Wait, I see the In about 5 minutes, we're going to come back and share with everyone, so I hope you have your constellation names. Kylie, very nice job.
I can work with that. What should I do?
Let me see. Alex?
I'm making a playground. Big X. I'm making a playground.
Star constellation, very nice. And you put your name on it. Lily, yours is very nice too.
Look at mine. That's mine.
Very
I
good.
need to store some.
Put your name on it.
I can add more to it.
Put your name on it.
Push that and put it up. I called my pizza in the door. I'm just showing her I'm it keeps showing the paper. I thought we got it on there. I thought we got it on my
Lori.
Yes. Why don't you write your own? How do you make it? Is there I just wait up to you.
Pause and give me 5. In just a minute or two, we're going to come back and share what we drew. So I hope everyone has a nice drawing constellation on their paper, their name, and a title for their constellation. You can't read that. Put your name on it. Ellie, you need to finish.
Write your butterfly. Baby. I need to call
Alright, you have 1 more minute. Make sure your name is on it. Make sure there's a title on it.
That's another one.
We don't have time for another paper right now.
Oh, I enjoy it.
Title it, put your name on it.
I need to I'm gonna share it with the
In a minute.
camera.
In a minute.
You wanna know how to make a star?
Alright, everyone put your chalk back on the paper. is on your paper and take yourself and your paper to the carpet, facing the projector. Thank you, Alex, for following directions. No, we're not washing our hands right now. We'll wash our hands in a minute. Thank you, Alex, for following directions. Very nice.
The rock star, the star, and the what is
If you want to have a turn to share your paper, then you need to be following directions. Thank you, Lily. Stevie and Emery. Stevie, you're sitting up there so you do not get distracted. Make sure you don't get distracted here. Romeo, sit down. My friends at Team 6 and Team 5 and Team 3 need to join the carpet. Sit down. Hopefully we'll all get a chance to show ours if we can follow directions. Pause and give me 3. I'm waiting on you. I'm still waiting on you. Ellie, do you see how your friends have 3 fingers up in the air? When I say pause and give me a number, I expect you to do it immediately. Put your hands down now. We hopefully will get time to share everyone's. But let's start at the beginning. Alex, would you like to share yours?
Yes.
All right. Come up here. Tell us what the name is. The Heart Star Constellation. Okay. And what did you draw?
A few stars around the heart, and I drew hearts and the heart, the big heart.
All right. Very nice. Everyone give Alex a round of applause. All right. Tori, come up if you would like to share.
I'm right here in the hallway.
All right. Share your people. What did you do?
I made it the good star, the good heart.
The good heart. And what do you have here?
And I drew a constellation, and then I drew my lines and then colored blue, and
Everyone be respectful.
I colored some parts in blue, pink, and yellow.
Very nice. Everyone give Tori a round of applause. All right. Stevie, you don't want to share? All right. Emery?
Stevie, can I see yours?
You don't have to share if you don't want to. That's fine. Everyone listen to Emery.
I colored mine rocket ship star.
Go ahead. And what did you draw? You drew a rocket ship
And A.
and an A. Very nice. Everyone give Emery a round of applause. Jessica, do you want to share? All right. Emery, sit down, please. How did you share?
I thought it's the big and the heart and the big heart.
And the big heart. I see she drew lots of stars around. Very nice.
And heart.
And hearts. Give Jessica a round of applause. Excuse me. Give Jessica a round of applause. Tatiana, do you want to go?
Sure.
When your friends are up here sharing, you need to be respectful to them. And make sure you're listening.
I draw the heart with little hearts in it, and it's called the little star. The little heart.
Alright, very nice. Give Tatiana a round of applause. Kylie, anything else you want to share about it? Very nice. Give everyone a good Mario round of applause. Ethan, do you want to share yours? Justin, do you want to share yours?
No.
Chris, do you want to share yours? Alright, everyone. Excuse me, turn back around, face forward, and show Chris some respect. Chris, what was yours? Starman, is that what it's called? And what did you do? What did you do? Yeah, and then you drew it all together? And then you called them Starman? Very nice. Oh, and there's the bat. Oh, what's on the bat?
A polar bear. The dinosaur.
Alright. Very nice. Everyone give a quick round of applause. Lily, do you want to share? No?
Please, please, please.
Tori, turn around. Face this way. Tori. Go ahead, Jessica. Alright, now what I want you to do is make absolute positively sure that your name is on your paper, and then come bring it up here and put it right on top of these. If your name's not on it, go put your name on it and bring it up here, and come back and face the rocking chair.